balance which those in the media will have to maintain between reporting the truth and then maybe the ownership of the media and then maybe pleasing the government. And I think the take home there was that at the end of the day, the good of humanity must be at the back of every news item that should be reported, while the truth must be maintained, how it either fosters human life and the unity of the country and then the togetherness of the country, that too must be maintained. It's a very delicate balance to maintain. You know, all we can do is to appeal to government to try and see that they make the work of the media such that will be appealing and can be carried out by those in the media. But you know, when you talk to politicians, when they are desperate, there is nothing that they will not do. But I suppose that as experts, and we must give credit to a lot of media personnel who are doing the job well. You know, there is a way the truth is still being reported, you know, without watering down the reality of the situation and yet not getting on the nerves of people. I think the best thing is that the choice of words, you know, the choice of words and then the professionalism, and then when all of those are brought into play, then that can be carried out. But we cannot deny the fact that it's a very delicate balance to maintain. But the good thing is that a lot of people are doing it, and then we encourage those in the media to try and see how they will join the number of those who are doing it successfully. Social media, who outlined the difficulties in Nigeria. He talked about, one, the divides among the different tribes, and nobody can deny the fact that Nigeria is divided today. You know, carry out an experiment. Listen to the news, close your eyes. When you listen to a perspective, you could guess where the person comes from. You know, that is how divided we are. So if you talk about the languages, you talk about religion. Unfortunately, even religion, I'm not talking about the major religions, Christianity and Islam, even within Christianity. And those who are Muslims will tell you, even within Islam. So these are all factors that people have to contend with. Now, this is where, personally, I think the leadership has a lot to do. You know, there is strength in numbers. You know, people are coming together. If you look at the European Union, this is a coming together of different countries because they believe that there is strength in numbers. And the numbers we already have. How to harness the human resource becomes the biggest challenge that we have. And I think that if we are able to get the problem of leadership right, most of the disunity will just dissolve. Because if you see what highlights the disunity is a feeling of being isolated. You know, when a certain region is in power, the thinking in the minds of most people is that it is the turn of the region to enjoy the goodies of the country. And then those who are not in power will feel sidelined. Like if you listen to the news, you see that already there is a coalition of northern politicians to wrestle power out of the president. And the question is being asked, is it because the north is not being served, or the north is just feeling threatened because it is not a northern leader that is in power? I think it's a bit of both, you know, especially those who enjoy political patronage. When somebody they know from their region occupies the power, somehow they believe that it will either get to them or it will get to someone who they know and then from whom they will benefit. So I think that if we fix the problem of leadership, all of these agitations will die, such that it doesn't matter who occupies the seat. As long as everybody feels that sense of belonging, then things will go well. Unfortunately, from independence, it has been the problem of Nigeria. And I hope that one day we get it right. Because I think being together, all of us, is better than being divided. Even if we get divided, it doesn't solve the problem at all. Yes, you know. And there is a revolution that is taking place unknown to most of us. The way our local languages were prominent 20 years ago is not the same way they are now. Children are being born who neither understand or can speak their local languages. So it's just a matter of time. Some languages are already going extinct, you know. So I think a time will come when the major languages will be our focus. If we look at what is happening in other areas, I think it goes beyond the problem of language, you know. It is just this identity thing, this issue, the same point I have made, where it has to be my person, you know. And as it stands, sometimes even if my person does not give me anything, as long as it's my person, I'm just satisfied with that. So I think that if we are just able to get it right, the issue of language will just dissolve on its own. To look at the killing of priests in isolation, or you could choose to look at it against the general background of the killing of people, you know. Unfortunately, if you look at how our villages are situated, Abuja is overpopulated. Relatively, it is safer than most places. So for most people, it's better for me to be in Abuja than to be in my village because it is safer. Unfortunately for the priests, sometimes they happen to be the only exception of people you could say belong to a certain class who live in the villages. Some of the chiefs do not reside in the villages now. They also live in the cities. So they become very soft targets. I think that is the main point. Somehow people want easy money. Don't forget that with the cashless situation, cash has dried up everywhere. So kidnapping is now an industry that is thriving. And then they look at who is easily able to get them so much money is the priest. If the priest goes away, it doesn't have to be his family. They are targeting the church, they are targeting the parishioners, they are targeting government because it will make so much news and everybody will rally behind the priest. And unfortunately, sometimes it is found out that those who carry out such activities are even members.